by those seeking to divide us, I believe, because no one was out to provide us with the truth when they gave us that information. I feel it had to be an enemy of the state, such as possibly a foreign power, very likely, I believe. Or if, someone in the Trump organization, or a neoconservative Republican, or maybe a white supremacist is that terrible of a person, which could be. They could have organized this whole QAnon thing, and it's just spread from there. But nonetheless, propaganda is propaganda, whether it's from QAnon or repeated on Fox News or accidentally repeated by others that don't want to, spread propaganda. We've got to learn what the truth is and was. So please, if you believed some of the propaganda and lies that were espoused by QAnon, Trump supporters, and others, please go find out what it was and fact check some of the most salacious things that you may accidentally still believe, but you aren't quite aware of it, because there was a lot of information that was dished out that was incorrect. So the biggest ones, we probably all know about, but I think it's important to know how this all started and how people were drawn in, so that people can learn to recognize it in the future. Thank you guys so much for your time. I apologize, this wasn't a lot of addiction information, but I think it was a lot of mental health information. And we've got a lot of recovering to do after being exposed to really 5 years of being inside Trump's head, and the last year was the worst year to be in Trump's head. It played out in real life. It was horrible things happened, and almost happened. Worse things almost happened, but deaths, almost 500,000 people dead. 80% of them could have been avoided if we had acted 2 weeks earlier. We, as in the Trump administration. People died not directly from COVID or the coronavirus infection as well, but due to complications from the pandemic. They are not included in those numbers. My grandmother is one of those people. She died not from exposure to the virus, but due to understaffing at the nursing home. And, the pandemic caused that. And she wouldn't have been there otherwise. It wouldn't have happened. Nonetheless, that's an example of how some COVID deaths are not really counted because they weren't infections, but the collateral damage is great. And the number of people actually infected with and killed by coronavirus, I believe, is probably much higher. As high as it is. But I won't believe anything without proof. Neither should you. In this day and age, we need before we believe them. Don't base your belief on a fact someone presents to you that you already know to be true, and then base something else upon that fact. That is a propaganda technique which has been very successful here in the United States on us. So, when you know your fact, know your fact, and know your facts. But if you don't know the fact or facts about that, do your research. Please even I have questioned myself when I know things to be true, or an untrue, when I already know a fact. I question myself, and I'm like, damn, why did I question myself? I knew it was the truth. I should have just told someone, no, it's this way. I could have helped them learn something. Instead I question myself, and that's part of my mental illness. And my, I guess, self-esteem or self-confidence issues.